Why do men cheat?
Why do men cheat? And no, this video is not to excuse their behavior or to give a reason for why they do it. It's just to explain the potential whys behind the behavior of the things that men do. So, first you need to understand the mentality of a man. Men are very simple creatures. They do not like to rock the boat unnecessarily, which means they will stay in a situation if it's more beneficial for them than non-beneficial. So despite what's going on, if he can benefit, he will stay. Much like a job, a relationship is much like a job for a man. If he's at the job, he likes the job, things are going well, he'll stay. But if certain situations start to happen at the job, he might start thinking about applying somewhere else. But he's not really going to move yet until he's sure that he can secure a better position. So he'll stay and he'll deal with what's at the job because it's beneficial. This is how some women end up feeling like they've been stringed along for years, when really it was because of one of these 4 reasons that I'll give you is why he just kept you there, because you were a matter of convenience. And the whole time he was putting in applications and having interviews for another job. This is just the reality of how men operate. Most men. Don't believe me? Ask the men around you. Show your brother, your father, your friend, whatever. Ask them. Most men. This is the way their mind works. They do not think like us. They don't process things like us. They don't hear like us. They don't speak like us. It's a completely different language. They'll stay. If they're comfortable enough, they'll stay until the next best thing comes along. But it's usually because of one of these 4 reasons, more than likely at least 2 of the 4. So I'm going to give you the top 4 reasons of situations that will cause a man to cheat. Okay, so let's start with the number 1 reason that a man will cheat. Or, as I stated in the first video, what will cause him to begin to start putting in job applications elsewhere. The number 1 reason: disrespect. A man values respect more than he values love. They're different from us. They think different. They want to be respected as a man. So once you say or do something that emasculates him or makes him feel like you don't see him or value him or respect him as a man, you will never get the same version of him again. He'll stay with you because it's convenient, but you're never going to get the same version of him because he already has understood that you don't respect him as a man. You don't see him that way. So, like when you see men say things like women need to shut up, shut their mouths, they don't mean literally stop talking. They mean the disrespectful things that come out your mouth. These women that want to go up in a man's face and put your hands in his face, you want to call him out his name. You throw things in his face from his past or things that you knew about, things he confided you in. You know, you say things to him that's hurtful, as if these men don't have feelings, but they do. They might express them differently, and we'll get to that one next. But they have feelings, and so when you disrespect them, they don't view you the same, and you will never, ever get the same version of that man. So yes, he might stay with you because the situation is beneficial to him for whatever reason. Especially when there's children involved. They definitely have a tendency to stick around when there's children involved. But if y'all live together, he's not really going to rock the boat. Why? He's already, he's comfortable where he's at, so he's going to stay where he's at until he has the right motivation that makes him want to move. So he's going to put in those job applications. He's going to interview. He's going to cheat. Again, this is not every man. Not every man operates this way, but a good majority of them, this is the number one reason why they will cheat on you and stay with you and continue to cheat.
Why do men cheat?
Why do men cheat? Reason number 2. So the second reason a man might cheat would be because the woman he's with or the person he's with does not provide an emotional safe space for him. Meaning, maybe he already tried to open up about something and you threw it back in his face. Now, I've been guilty of this in the past, and that's how I learned from it. So once you throw something back in his face that he shared with you in confidence, that's it. A man's not going to give you a second chance to do that. One time and one time only. Now, as I said before, he might stay with you because of whatever his reasons are, whatever the situation is. He might stay. But emotionally, he has detached from you. So if he finds another woman that he can open up to her emotionally, and he can share things with her, and he can feel safe with her with his emotions, he's going to cheat. And that was because of whatever was said or done, you didn't provide that emotional safe space. And this also ties in with the number one reason, with the mouth and his disrespect, him feeling disrespected. This ties into that. So once you make him feel disrespected and you make him feel like he, that you don't view him as a man in your eyes, these two go hand in hand with you no longer being an emotional safe space. As I said before, you will never get the same version of him again. And this is the same thing. Once you have shown him that emotionally he's not safe with you, he might stay with you. For whatever reason, the kids, the bills, whatever, every situation is different. So he may stay, but he's not going to be the man that you want him to be because you've shown him that his emotions are not safe with you. You are not somebody that he can open up to. He doesn't feel like he can be vulnerable with you. So he will seek that. As I've stated, he will go put in applications. He will interview for another position with another job. That is reason number 2.
Why do men cheat?
Okay. So, reason number 3 why a man might cheat. And I don't even know why I have to keep saying this. Not all men, some men, okay? This does not apply. This is not a one size fits all. Nothing ever is. But reason number 3 why some men might cheat is because they don't feel appreciated by their significant other. Now, I see women all the time make posts and comments of, oh, I did this, this, and this for him, and he still treated me like this, and he cheated, and he did this, that, and the third. Yeah, okay. See, the problem with that, just because you did those things for him, it doesn't mean he received it in the way that you intended. So this is why it would be important to understand somebody's love language. Because while you think you are loving them and you're showing them love, they're not receiving it as love because that's not their language. They don't understand the way they're trying to love them. Appreciation goes the same way. So you might be with a man who a simple thank you shows appreciation. He's happy with that. Or you might be with a man who, reciprocity in a different way. So, he did something for you out of the way, and you do something back to show him that you appreciate what he did for you, to show him, hey, I recognize the things that you do. I recognize your sacrifices. I recognize, that you spend X amount of dollars on me, that you pay for this for me. I recognize that you take certain stresses and burdens off of my shoulder. So in return, let me do these things for you. That's showing appreciation. So a lot of men, if they don't feel appreciated, and again, let's go back to the original video, this is like a job. So if you are at your job and you feel like your job doesn't appreciate your efforts, your job doesn't appreciate your work that you do, what are you going to say? You know what? I'm getting sick of this job. I'm about to find me another job, yo. I'm about to go somewhere where they appreciate my effort. They appreciate my work. It's the same thing with a man in a relationship. If he feels like his efforts and his work is not being appreciated, he will put in those applications and interview for another position at another company. So that is reason number 3 that a man might cheat. He does not feel appreciated.
Why do men cheat?
Okay. Reason number 4 that a man might cheat. Boredom. Boredom. Men like excitement and variety. It's just simple facts. From the time that they are children to the time that they are old men, it's not going to change. That's what they like. So when I say boredom, I don't necessarily mean just in the bedroom. I mean even outside of the bedroom. They'll get bored. They like things different. Life has a tendency to become predictable, especially when you're in a long-term relationship and you've been with somebody for a very long time. Life gets very predictable. Things become very routine, and the relationship then becomes stale and stagnant. So, the boredom, I'm not condoning cheating, and I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying this is one of the reasons why a man might cheat. So, maybe you want to plan a date night. Think about his interests or his hobbies and plan a night together that is in alignment with those things for the two of you to do. And, sexually, yes, men will get bored. So go get some lingerie and let him come home and, dance for him, put on a show. Send him randoms while he's at work. Send him videos, send him pictures while he's at work. Things that are just out of the ordinary that catch him off guard. Is something that keeps that excitement, something that keeps the relationship fresh and new. Go get your little cheap wig, get a little outfit, and be somebody else for the night. It's different. It's something that keeps the relationship exciting. It keeps his attention. Men are who they are, and that's not going to change. So either you find a way to deal with who they are and make it work for you, or you don't. But reason number 4 is boredom.
Why do men cheat?
Okay. So I gave y'all my top 4 reasons on why a man might cheat. Number 1 was disrespect. Like I said, a man values respect more than he does love. Number 2 was his partner is not an emotional safe space. Number 3 was the man is feeling unappreciated by his partner. Number 4 is a man was bored. So this last reason, which I know I said 4, but this is another reason that I've noticed in my conversations with men. And this one here only applies to a certain group of men, and that would be men that have not reached a certain level of emotional maturity would cheat for this particular reason. And that would be the game playing. And when I say game playing, I mean, say for example, and I've heard of women do this. Oh, I had a dream that you cheated on me. My dreams are never wrong. And so because she has now put this idea in her head because she had a dream, and she says her dreams are never wrong. And maybe her dreams aren't ever wrong. But the part that many fail to realize is your dreams aren't wrong because you create a self-fulfilling prophecy. You then create behaviors where you self-sabotage the relationship. So that man might have been faithful and doing everything that he was supposed to be doing, and because you had this dream or this feeling or whatever that he was cheating, you will start subconsciously creating an environment that he feels like, oh, well, since she keeps accusing me of cheating, I'm gonna go ahead and cheat. Or you might get emotionally distant, and men are way more in tune with our feelings than what many women think they are. They definitely pay attention. They notice the mood shifts and the changes. So, you might start getting distant, and you take away that emotional aspect from him. He might go cheat. Again, this is game playing, and like I said, this only applies to a certain group of men that haven't reached a certain level of emotional maturity. Because those that have reached a level of maturity, they're just not going to feed into the games. They're going to say, you know what, if this is how you want to be, that's fine. Without trust, we can't be together. I'm going to move on. They're not going to cheat. They're just going to move on to something different. But, so the self-sabotaging games, and it's not even necessarily a game. It's just, you self-sabotage the relationship sometimes because of your inaccurate thoughts.